getting it, cuz. Send that thing. It's your boy, Jay Mitch. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Jay Mitch. It's been a while, guys. I gotta admit, your man's been real busy, man. Between having to rebuild cars from, speed running, getting those ready to go, and just a lot of life events. My wife's birthday was recently, so we took a quick trip out to Vegas with my homie and his wife. It's real nice to get out there and do that. And the weather hasn't really been cooperating enough to really get out and do some good speed runs. So, your boy kind of went on a spending streak. What did I buy? You see the name on the box, the FS Racing. Today I'm gonna bring you guys the unboxing of the FS Racing tank. Just an unboxing video and first unboxing impressions of the car. Just want to go through it with you guys and do something real honest and off the top. So this is what it is. So with that being said, let's break out the trusty unboxing knife and let's get to the shits. Stay on the line, Jay. This is gonna be a one shot, one kill type of video. So what you guys are seeing is what I'm seeing for the first time. Have not unboxed the car yet. So this is what it is. So opening up the box, it is huge, guys. It looks very promising. It is the FS Racing Tank Plus. So Tank Plus insinuates that there must have been a previous version of the tank. So to me, when you see plus here, that means they added something a little extra on here, so obviously I don't think this is the first version of the car. This is probably just a version of the car with some touches on it. But this car, I'm gonna go through the car item by item, but we're gonna start with just the outside of the box for now. So, 1 second. So, you guys would have saw this for Father's Day. Bash Your Queen, Kimberly, she was pushing these on Facebook. They were $3.99 normally. Got it on sale for $2.99. I put it in my cart on eBay, and then I saw her post, and I said, "What? It's $2.99, but the shipping on this bad boy is $114." So what did Kim do? She went back on eBay. She went back on eBay and got rid of that shipping fee. So this thing was $2.99 plus tax shipped. It's shipped right from Utah, so they're shipping right from the US. So shout out to our Basher Queen and shout out to M2C. So also, just before we get into this, another thing that makes this truck very tempting is that Arrma hasn't had a release. I'm Arrma John for life, but you looking for something new. $2.99, true 8th scale truggy. For that price, can't beat it. Also, Basher Queen and M2C make aftermarket parts or in the process of developing parts for this car. I know Basher Queen for sure has the carbon fiber towers for this car. So that was another thing that made it enticing. And there's some more stuff that has made it enticing too, but we'll go through that as I open the box. But what you see is you get 4274 2000 kV brushless motor, 150 amp ESC. It's a radio setup included. Let's go around the features. Okay. Shit, don't fight with me. Come on. All right. So you got a high performance 150 amp ESC for success, 4274 2000 kV brushless motor, 15 kg servo. That's like a stock servo. We'll see. That'll probably come out. We'll see what comes on with the car. Has a 2.4 radio system. It has a PC material body with optimized aerodynamic appearance and design. It has 6061 titanium chassis reinforced with nylon plastics with a center brace aluminum tube and an anti-roll bar and aluminum shocks with maximum durability, high grip performance and wearable tires, full-time four-wheel drive system. And I'll just go around the whole box. Let me just be a RC pervert with you guys for a little bit. You know what I mean? You know, our RC porn for y'all. So here's a picture. You can see the anti-roll bar. You can see the aluminum center chassis brace. Here's a picture of the 15 kg chassis. Here's your hobby wing ESC. Here's your battery tie down. And look at these wheels. My buddy Greg called it out. He said, man, these are Armanero wheels. They look like Armanero wheels. They actually do look like the original Armanero 6S wheels. That's crazy. So this car may have a little Arma DNA on it, but when you take it out the box, we'll look at it a little bit closer. You see you have differentials, oil-filled differential, oil-filled shocks. Here's your motor mount and slide. That's a nice solid looking piece. Your center diff, you have your CVD shafts and your ball bearings and your chassis. And then I guess this is the, I don't think mine's is this color. I think mine's is all black. Hopefully it's all black, but we'll see. It tells you the overall length of the car is 590 millimeters. The width is 480 millimeters. The height is 250 millimeters. The wheelbase is 360 millimeters. So that's the space between the two wheels. The tire diameter is 170 millimeters. ESC is 150 amps. We've been through all that already. So I know you guys are like, all right, Jay, you gonna open up the box or what? All right, guys, without further ado, I'm gonna get to the shits on y'all real quick. So let y'all see what we get in the box and get a good look at the car. And let y'all see my true impressions of the car, opening it up for the first time. And boom. Let me show you guys what you get in the box. Boom, you get an extra pair of plugs, I guess, for your batteries. That's really cool. This is really reminiscent of OG Arma. You get some stickers and you get a dope ass manual, so that's cool. Let's see what we get in this box. This is probably our radio. Get a look at it in the hand. Okay, it's a situation. It's a nice little, you know, radio. You know, I probably won't be keeping this, but for terms, let me just see how the car works with it before we go ahead and start doing upgrades and touching it. But yeah, this is a nice looking radio. Tons of different controls and options on it. Wheel feels good. The triggers are really light. I'm not a fan of a light trigger. I kind of like a little bit more stiffer trigger. Pause. But yeah, it's a nice looking radio for the $299. You can't complain. You can't complain at all. You know, sometimes we're really like sensitive to smells. We know how these RCs smell when they first comes in. Yeah, it smells more rubbery than anything else. I haven't smelled an RC like this before, so that's pretty cool. So here's let me just pull it straight out the box. Not a lot of stuffer in there. And let you guys get a look at the car. I'm gonna take the plastic off and let you guys look at it. Oh, the body's nice. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be like a Ford style body. I guess it's not a license to call it a Ford F-250, but it pretty much does resemble it. It's a nice looking body, guys. And these wheels, although they're not called D blocks, these aren't exactly copied. These are like inspired by the original Nero wheels, but you can see they're definitely out of a different rubber. They feel like a little harder rubber. They don't feel sticky like the Arma rubber. But the tread design is very similar to the Arma Nero wheels. But a little different, but still in the same realm of things. So I'm not mad at it. I like the wheel design on the outside. I like the body. I like the front and the rear bumpers. One thing that you'll notice too is that this thing does not have a rear wing like your typical Armas, but we might be able to change that at some point. We'll see. We'll see if we want to go that far and armor this bad boy out. But it is a very nice looking truck, guys. Very, very nice looking truck. So let me take these body clips off, the front and the rear, and take y'all to the shits and let's see what's underneath. Boom. What I see. First of all, these shocks look hefty, but the shock fluid feels a little soft. You know, probably needs a little heavier shock fluid, but we can try to offset that by ringing down on the shocks and stiffen up these springs a little bit more, and that might help us with what we need. The driveline sounds solid. Look at that. I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it at all. It has the pillow ball suspension, very reminiscent of what we see in the Armor vehicles. These shock towers look pretty beefy actually for what they are. The diffs, the diff covers, I don't believe they're like the Armors, but hopefully wrenching on these will be very similar. The bumper sort of reminds me of the EXB Armor, but definitely stiffer than the Armor EXB bumper. Not a straight copy, but definitely I would call them inspired by the Armor EXB bumpers. The body mounting is different than the Armors on the shock towers. The layout is very similar to the Armors, but probably not really. To me, this is reminds me more like a Team Corrali setup, with how the batteries up front and the ESCs in the back across from the motor, and the receiver box is part of the servo box. So to me, not quite Armor receiver box setup, but still very nice. Still very nice. I'm sure we could figure out some things that might be cross compatible with them at some point, and maybe at some point we'll do a side-by-side comparison of this rig to an Armor. But yeah, this thing looks very stout. Very small pinion gear on here, so this thing is probably perfectly, you know, set up for a bashing situation. You know, but we'll gear this bad boy up. This 4274 motor is a venerable motor. You probably can go as big as a 19 or 20 tooth on it. The motor mount is really nice looking, guys. This is a really nice looking motor mount. The chassis braces are very similar to what you see in the 8th scale truck. You know, call it Armor, you can call it Mugen, you can call it whatever, but very similar bracing system. This chassis bar is ridiculous though. This is really cool. Extra little touches on here. I think this was kind of a steal at $299. Just looking at the initial quality and impression of the car, I'm not mad at what we see here, guys. I'm really not mad here. You know, now we just have to see if it can hold up to some crazy bashing. And taking y'all out the rear, you can see this is a nice little touch. It has like a little aluminum you know, mounting system for the rear bumper, so you're just not out here on a bumper. It's really, really nice, and also very has the EXB style bumper on the rear. It looks very similar to the bumper that's on the front, and I'm trying to look at it. They may be the same bumper, guys. Yeah, they look like they're the same bumper, front and rear. Yes, I would say that. Very similar. No, let me look again. Looking at it again, guys. They might be the same bumper, front and the rear. I have to check the parts numbers to confirm that. The drive, look at the center drive. Let me get you guys in there closer. Look at that center drive shaft. Look at it. It's just not like, you know, that standard black steel stuff. This looks like some kind of you know, aluminum or some kind of steel center drive shaft. Again, let me take you guys closer in, looking at that motor mount system. That is really, really nice. That receiver box looks good. We're running XT90s on the car, and I mean, all in all, I think this was like sort of a bargain. This might be the bargain of the year, guys. I won't be able to call it until I run it. So I feel like I've been talking y'all to death so much this far. I have to make a separate video for running. So next time you guys will see the car, you guys will see my first runs impression of the car. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. I've kind of been talking y'all too much already. Just gonna give y'all, you know, a quick, you know, spin of the car. And yeah, I'm really not mad at what this car is, guys. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. I'm gonna say thank y'all so much for watching. Shout out to my homie Dave Hubbard, rest in peace, my guy. Shout out to my homie Big Willie. Shout out to Ted. Shout out to Adam from RC Discount. Shout out to Kim from Basher Queen, and shout out to Mitch Looper, the M2C. We're gonna bash this thing in this stock, you know, configuration for now, and then as we break things, we might upgrade them, or hey, maybe I'll just go and do the whole M2C and knock this bad boy out. We'll see. But that's gonna be it for me, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. Also, I gotta shout out my homie Sin Master G, aka Armor Greg, aka the homie Greg Boitos off of my homie off Facebook. And not just homie on Facebook, we're sort of local, so we get up once in a while, we do some business, and we shoot the shit regularly. So shout out to him. He the one who pushed me over the edge. You're gonna get it, you're gonna get it. Got Nero wheels, blah, blah, blah. He just kept pushing me. But then when Kim dropped that price on the shipping, that was it for me, guys. If you didn't get this deal, you missed one. Maybe she'll have a 4th of July sale. I'm gonna leave a link to this product in my video description. Right now it's showing us $3.99 on eBay. But maybe you'll get lucky and she'll drop it again to $2.99. If you got an extra $2.99 in your pocket, you're bored, the game's a little slow, you just want something different and new to try, I feel like this might be worth it. This might be worth the $2.99. And you know, $2.99 in this hobby is very cheap, especially for an 8th scale car, full 8th scale Armor Creighton competitor, sledge competitor. I'm definitely rolling with this, you know. I think it's definitely worth it for $2.99. I think it's a value. I think it's still a good price at $3.99, you know. But as you get higher than that, only time will tell. Anyway, your boy's talking way too much. I'ma let y'all go. I'ma holler at y'all later. Y'all be good now. Peace. GoPro, stop recording.